Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Bienvenidas y bienvenidos. My name is Maria Luisa Guardiola. I'm professor of Spanish at Swarthmore College and the faculty marshal. Let's begin our time together this morning in the Quaker tradition with a moment of silent reflection. Welcome to this beautiful space. As a performing arts center, the Mann has welcomed a multitude of artists across many genres. As part of the greater Philadelphia community, it grounds itself in values of excellence, integrity, innovation, and inclusion, fostering a community marked by openness, fairness, and equality. Similarly, Swarthmore's mission provides learners of diverse backgrounds a transformative liberal arts education grounded in rigorous intellectual inquiry and empowers all who share in our community to flourish and contribute to a better world. Commencement is a joyous milestone that allowed us to celebrate the remarkable achievements of our graduates, the class of 2026. With family and friends, today we celebrate your persistence and achievements, and we thank your families and friends who have supported you. Welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome from the Board of Managers to our esteemed faculty and staff and proud families on this special day. And to the graduating class of 2026, congratulations on achieving this wonderful milestone. We have a number of speakers, including 4 remarkable honorees, waiting to share their wisdom today. Therefore, I'll be very brief with my words. Graduating seniors, you should be very proud of getting to this point. The last 4 years have offered significant challenges alongside the coursework, co-curricular, and extracurricular activities you've crammed in, the long tail effects of COVID, volatile political climate, and accelerating change brought on by artificial intelligence have created uncertainty beyond what anyone expected beyond your time when you began your time at Swarthmore. Even getting around the college has required creative navigation for much of the last 4 years as we prepare the campus for a carbon-free future. Amidst all this, you have persevered and grown, built character and resilience, and become wiser in the process. The faculty and staff have helped and guided you to gain new skills, to evaluate and reflect upon your core values, and to further develop attributes which will serve you well in the future. While some of you have defined a plan to pursue further education, work, or service, most of you will face a winding path ahead, and this may well be a source of stress. Having met many Swarthmore alumni over the past several decades and learned of their travails and successes, I can aver that you have the tools and will further build the confidence you need to find your way forward to a fulfilling life. And among our alumni, there are many who are willing to help you along the way. One final thought. Before too long, do come back to Swarthmore. Soon the campus will be free of fences, parish beach resodded, and temporary pathways gone. The college, with its caring community and beautiful, peaceful setting, will be here ready to provide you with a respite as well as to re-energize you. Congratulations to the class of 2026 and very best wishes for the years ahead.
Good morning to the class of 2026 and your family members, friends, and loved ones. Welcome to our distinguished faculty, dedicated staff members, honored guests, and all of you who have gathered here today to celebrate this special moment in the lives of our graduating seniors. Now, I want to go off script for a bit here. On the stage with us today is my friend and the Henry C. and Charlotte Turner Professor of German and Film Studies, Zunka Simone. Zunka is not only a highly accomplished professor and wonderful colleague, but she is also the parent of one of our graduates today. And I asked her to say a few brief words before we move forward. Zunka, please come forward.
Hallo, 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 alle miteinander. Einen wunderschönen guten Morgen wünsche ich euch. Or in the vernacular of one of my son's favorite YouTubers, top of the morning to you. Hi, my name is Zunka Simon, a faculty member in German and Film and Media Studies here at the college. I have had the sincere pleasure to teach many of the assembled graduates and alumnae over my 31 years at SWAT. But today, like many of you, I am the proud parent of one of the graduating SWATies. And no, before you ask, he did not take any of my classes. When he accepted his spot here, I had to promise to treat the 4 years as if he were 100 miles away. Sometimes that worked, other times not so much. I am not perfect. But that's why I can, like you, express my most sincere gratitude to the wonderful colleagues who have transformed him into an amazing, socially responsible, creative, problem-solving, forward-looking adult he has become. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all. Faculty attend graduation, even though after the umpteenth time, we are often tempted not to. Unless, of course, one gets to share the stage with Coleman Domingo. But he can't be here every year, so we attend because for our small academic community, these next hours mark a collective achievement. For a while, as the students passed and hours intersected, we all became richer for it, learned from and inspired one another, challenged each other to dig deeper, come up with different ideas, see things from each other's perspectives. And faculty also participate in this rite of passage because, like you, my fellow parental units out there, at some point, many of us are parents, guardians, or caregivers and have already, or hopefully will, at some point, be in the audience on a day like this. And if not parents, all of us here on stage are former students who walked across another stage like this at another time, a moment we can no doubt recall vividly, and a moment that led us back here to share their special moment with the next generation. This is a momentous occasion, a moment that will not come again for you and for us, and it is therefore precious. Let the memories of this day be joyous ones that foreground what we came here to celebrate. Congratulations, faculty. Congratulations, fellow parental units. We did it. And congratulations, Sander, and the class of 2026.
I noticed that many of you have gone ahead and taken your seats. For those of you who have not, please feel free to be seated. Thank you. Zunka, thank you so much for sharing your perspective with us. It is a reminder that none of us reach a special milestone like this one alone. Members of the class of 26, let us take a moment to thank your parents, family members, and caregivers who supported your education, who cheered your triumphs, who helped you learn from the problems you confronted, and who today are filled with pride. Graduates, please rise as you are able, turn and thank your loved ones. Thank you. You may be seated. Every year at commencement, we honor our retiring faculty and long-serving staff members. I ask our entire community to join in recognizing them with profound acknowledgement of their many decades of service. Faculty members retiring from the college include Professor of Educational Studies Diane Anderson, the Howard M. and Charles F. Jenkins Professor of Quakerism and Peace Studies, Ellen Ross, the Isaac H. Clothier Professor of History and International Relations, Bob Weinberg, and Emeritus Richter Professor of Political Science, Tyreen White. We also recognize our retiring staff members, Brian Blizzard, Environmental Services, Anna Dortone, Kohlberg Coffee Bar, William Flannery, Heat Plant, Donna Fournier, the libraries. Nick Hannon, Information Technology. Therese Hobson, Dining. Linda McDougall, Dining. Dale Nemec, Grounds. Jamie Nguyen, Dining. Andrea Packard, the List Gallery. Mary Jane Palma, the Health Center. Stephen Palmer, Physics and Astronomy. Beth Pitts, the Office of General Counsel. Lars Rasmussen, Grounds. Denise Rizzoli, the Business Office. Teresa Rodriguez, Advancement. Trish Tancredi, Advancement. Don Thomas, Dining. Linda Weindell, the Business Office. And Patty Woods, Dining. Please join me in thanking and commemorating these long-serving members of our community who, by their wisdom, service, and allegiance, have played an important role in shaping Swarthmore's excellence and your experience here. I'd also like to take a moment to thank all of the faculty and staff members who worked to make this weekend so special. From colleagues in Facilities and Grounds, Environmental Services and Dining, to the Lang Performing Arts Center, Student Affairs, the Communications Office, and so many others, thank you all for your dedication to our students and the countless hours you committed to helping all of us celebrate this remarkable milestone. So I want to tell you about a recent experience I had. The details of the experience aren't terribly important. What matters more is the feeling it evoked. A few weeks ago, some of my colleagues and I attended a meeting that had taken months and a lot of emotional and intellectual energy to prepare for. The meeting went very well. Before we knew it, it was over. As I left the building, my first thought was, okay, what's next? And then, thank goodness, it hit me. I was denying myself a moment to breathe and reflect on all the good work that so many people had put in to bring us to that moment. My colleagues and I had spent several months on a project that would be enormously important for the college now and for decades to come. But I was so focused on what's next that I almost missed the opportunity to be grateful for the people and the work that had gotten us to this point. I wanted to share this story because as I look out at all of you today, I want to encourage you to avoid the trap into which I almost fell. Many of us are wired to focus on the next thing. As you sit here at your college commencement, many of you may be thinking about what's next: the graduation party, packing boxes, saying goodbye to friends, the first day of the new job, fellowship, graduate school. And that's not surprising. We're conditioned to treat our achievements like chores to be checked off a list, rather than victories we actually earned and can savor. You may be familiar with a version of the expression, "The journey, not the arrival, matters." Often that sentiment rings true, but on a day like today, we should remember that the arrival also matters, and it matters immensely. It is proof of your discipline and your intent, your purpose and your resilience. It signifies the achievement of your ambition and aspirations. And even more than that, it is the fulfillment of the hopes and dreams of your ancestors, families, and friends. So the danger isn't in celebrating the finish line. The danger is crossing it without appreciating what you've accomplished. If you don't stop to embrace your achievement, you aren't enjoying a journey, you're just running a race that never ends, and you're denying yourself the opportunity to feel gratitude. Your liberal arts education has helped you cultivate your capacity for reflection. Besides immersing you in the subject areas of your majors and minors, it has taught you to appreciate context, to draw connections across a variety of perspectives and disciplines, to question assumptions, and to contemplate what you've learned and who you are. In his essay, The Crack-Up, F. Scott Fitzgerald famously wrote, "The test of a first-rate intelligence is the ability to hold two opposed ideas in the mind at the same time and still retain the ability to function." Your education has cultivated that first-rate intelligence. Your challenge now is to hold two competing truths at once. Be ambitious about where you're going, but through reflection, ground yourself in the present. As you look back on your Swarthmore years, I invite you to consider the important questions to which you will return in the years to come. What lessons did I learn in the hardest moments I faced? When did I change my mind or my opinions? How did I grow from the moments that challenged me? How have collaborations helped me find solutions? What have I learned about how I learn? How will I contribute to the wider world? In her novel, Song of Solomon, Toni Morrison wrote, "If you surrendered to the air, you could ride it." To my mind, reflection is a kind of surrender. In moments of reflection, we stop fighting headwinds for a moment and let what we've already learned and experienced carry us. In the months and years ahead, you'll experience great joy and profound heartache. Some relationships will deepen, others will fade. Job titles will change, and the economy will shift. But what you learn about yourself in your quiet moments will be a constant that guides you through it all. So my challenge to you, class of 2026, is the following. Before you change your LinkedIn status, before you dive into the next big thing, give yourself the gift of a pause. And in that pause, think about the times when you struggled and when you found joy. Think about the faculty mentors who introduced you to areas of study and gave you confidence in the significance of the contributions you could make. Think about the staff members and friends who helped you survive your difficult moments and cheered on your successes. And think about your loved ones, family members, neighbors, friends, who never stopped believing in you and whose dreams you have fulfilled. You didn't just finish college, you have been transformed, and you, in turn, have helped transform Swarthmore. Take a breath, look around, inhabit this win. You earned every bit of it. Congratulations to the great class of 2026. And it's now my pleasure to introduce the student speaker. Each year, through a competitive speak-off, the senior class votes for the student commencement speaker. This year, our graduates selected Sophia Caceres as the 2026 senior class speaker. Sophia is a Spanish and religion major from Smyrna, Georgia. Throughout her 4 years, she has been a member of the varsity swim team and has worked as an Inclusive Excellence Fellow, Senior Admissions Fellow, and as a Spanish tutor. Her favorite class at Swarthmore was her Spanish capstone seminar on Cuban film with Professor Desiree Diaz. Please welcome Sophia to the podium.
Good morning, class of 2026. It is so exciting to be here on one of, if not the most important days of our lives so far. To those in the audience and those watching on the live stream, our families, friends, teammates, mentors, professors, and more, thank you for loving us. We know that receiving a college degree is never a solitary achievement. Your calls, care packages, attendance at sports games, performances, and presentations propelled us across the undergraduate finish line in times when a degree felt like impossible achievement. To my family, especially my beautiful, strong grandmothers, you are my heart. This degree is as much yours as it is mine. I'd also like to thank my SWAT Swim family, the Spanish and religion departments, as well as the admissions office. I would not be on this stage without your support. Speaking of the admissions office, while working with them this past year, I learned that Swarthmore publishes 8 qualities on their website that they elevate when reading the applications of prospective Swatties. This list says that we are intellectually curious and enthusiastic about learning. We are creative and proactive problem solvers, generous towards others. We're civically engaged and willing to both work hard and to seek help. We contribute to campus life, have sustained commitments, and we are open-minded, both in general and to the liberal arts writ large. However, there's no one student who embodies all 8 qualities. Rather, these qualities intertwine with each other into one intellectually passionate, distinctively SWAT student body. Each student with their inner light. No one's shining brighter than anyone else's. Each light contributing to a community that after 4 years, we can only describe as singularly Swarthmore. Intellectual curiosity and enthusiasm for learning is the bedrock of this student body. Put plainly, we love learning for the sake of learning. We've brought animated conversations about our senior theses to parties with loud music bumping. Our sharple sits turn into hours-long philosophical debates when we should probably get to work on that problem set. And many of us just couldn't get enough of it and are now on our way to grad school, law school, and med school. And while being an engineering and theater major, a history and Spanish major, or a biology and dance major is a defining feature of what it means to spend 4 years at Swarthmore, our passion for learning also led us to sleepless nights and unimaginable levels of stress. Our time in college meant navigating our own high-achieving standards, with many of us discovering the necessity of seeking help for the first time in our academic careers. While our love of learning is mostly a blessing and sometimes a curse, it bleeds into all other facets of how we have chosen to spend our time over the past 4 years. Swaties are generous with our time by supporting friends' contributions to campus life and their sustained commitments. We attend ensemble concerts, rivalry sports games, the Sigma Xi poster session, Part E, the R&M showcase, and many more campus events, not because we are obligated, but because our curiosity towards that which we are not familiar with and our love for our friends beckons us into new spaces. Our generosity also reaches beyond campus. We've seen it every day, engaging with students tabling at Sharples, those who use creative and proactive problem solving to raise funds for mutual aid supporting genocide survivors in Palestine, and to also promote fundraisers towards those detained by ICE at home. Many of our commitments also lie within civic engagement. Those in the student group C4, or the Campus Coalition Concerning Chester, collaborate with our neighboring community to fight against the devastating environmental and health effects of our nation's largest incinerator on Chester's predominantly low-income minority population. We have also witnessed and engaged in peaceful protest for social conflicts that matter to us, both on campus and in front of City Hall. Our student body has carried the Quaker values of peace and equality to advocate for the rights of workers, for those in the LGBTQ+ community, for Indigenous peoples, and for undocumented individuals. We have sung for climate justice and have fought against racism, continued genocide, and state violence. For many of us, our civic engagement has provided us with another layer of learning, one that connects the theory we read in class, the Said, the Foucault, and more, to community building that goes beyond a shared goal, pushing for social change. Yet given what our admissions website tells us, we know that we're more than a list of attributes published for prospective students to reference. Just like we know the world we are about to enter is far more complex than the beautiful 425 acres we've lived on for the past 4 years. We are living in a reality where our current presidential administration sees free speech and peaceful protest as a weakness rather than a strength. The open-mindedness that our professors, our classmates, coaches, religious and minority leaders have nurtured in us over these 4 years is currently the object of political ridicule. State violence has become the response to community care. And while this reality constantly looms overhead, we're also undergoing a radical shift in our personal lives. In this transition, many of us are battling for competitive jobs whose qualifications are constantly changing. Homework is now obsolete. When we leave this ceremony, we will no longer be surrounded by a high volume of peers, and will instead be pushed to make friends by actively seeking them out. Those who go on to pursue additional education will do so outside of Swarthmore, in a drastically different environment with discipline-specific academic goals. How we navigate a broader context of chaos and violence amidst a future at our first jobs, our first days at grad school, or our first time truly not knowing what lies ahead matters. It's scary. The personal unknown is coupled with the broader unpredictability of a rapidly evolving world stage. What I'd like to share with my peers today, above all else, is that you must refuse to stay comfortable. It will be hard and exciting and wonderful to adapt to life after SWAT. Do not stop once you feel at home. Your enthusiasm for learning, your problem-solving skills, your generosity, civic engagement, willingness to both work hard and seek help, your contributions to campus life, your sustained commitments, and your open-mindedness are powerful strengths waiting to be wielded. Use them to fight against the injustice we see bombarding headlines and massacring communities. Use them towards immersing yourself in the passions you've discovered and nurtured during the past 4 years. Use them in whatever chapter lies ahead to create a beautiful life for yourself, your friends, and your families. Use them to keep your inner light aflame. Thank you, and congratulations to our wonderful class of 2026.
Thank you, Sophia. Each year, the faculty honors several students with special awards. Would the Oak and Ivy, Lang, and McCabe Engineering Award recipients please come forward at this time and stand to the side of the stage? The Oak and Ivy Award is given by the faculty to students in the graduating class who are outstanding in scholarship, contributions to the community, and leadership. This year, I have the honor to present the Oak and Ivy Award to Joey Driscoll, Hope Dworkin, and Danica Grieser. Joey Driscoll, would you please join me on stage? Yes, please, okay. Joey Driscoll majored in linguistics and educational studies and is graduating with high honors. Joey has developed near-native fluency in ASL and completed a student teaching placement at the Pennsylvania School for the Deaf. Within linguistics, she is noted for her exceptional writing, analysis, and scholarly engagement. Joey has served as a teaching assistant, writing center lead fellow, and speaking associate. A first-year low-income student, Joey regularly attended Fly resource fairs to familiarize students with the writing program and its resources. Noted for her creativity and boundless energy, Joey dressed up as Lady Wawa for an end-of-the-year Writing Center celebration where she wore a skirt made out of pages from her thesis. Joey received a Fulbright Deafness Studies Award to go to Italy and work with the Siena Arts Institute to develop a curriculum for deaf and hard of hearing children. Congratulations. Hope Dworkin, would you please join me on stage? Hope Dworkin majored in art and art history and is graduating with high honors. Highly adept at archival work, Hope produced an art history thesis on scaffolding in New York City that synthesized major works in urban history, casting light on an oft-ignored part of the urban environment. Their recent solo exhibition at the List Gallery featured an 11-sided zoetrope-like sculpture. Hope helped create a strong sense of community on campus, including by organizing community dinners and outings for art majors, initiating a Moby Dick readathon, and training student DJs at the college radio station, WSRN. Additionally, as a machine shop and makerspace woodshop technician, Hope ran certifications for other students. Congratulations, Hope. Danica Grieser, please join me on stage. Danica Grieser majored in economics with a minor in political science and is graduating with honors. As co-president of the Swarthmore Indigenous Student Association and a member of the Old Science Hall Renaming Task Force, Danica spoke out about her experiences as an Indigenous student on a predominantly white campus. Her Lang Opportunity Scholarship Project focused on validating Indigenous knowledge and practices. Danica has been deeply involved in voter registration efforts. As president and treasurer of the student group SWAT Votes, she planned large-scale election events, was co-chair of Students for Ballot PA, and with a Project Pericles grant, organized a rally of students at the Pennsylvania State Capitol. Danica also served as the Lang Center Associate and was vice president and acting president of the college's student government organization. Please join me in congratulating this year's Oak and Ivy Award winners. Congratulations. The Lang Award was established by Eugene M. Lang, class of 38, honorary degree, class of 81. It is given by the faculty to a graduating senior in recognition of outstanding academic accomplishment. This year, I have the honor of presenting the Lang Award to William Trone. William, please join me on stage. Will Trone double majored in biology and mathematics and is graduating with highest honors. His ambitious honors project was on antiviral immune signaling. He has demonstrated mastery of both theoretical and applied aspects of mathematics and produced a paper for the mathematical contest in modeling that tied together knowledge from multiple classes. Will is known for being a generous mentor and has been praised for his ability to relay complicated and nuanced findings to a broad audience of his peers. Outside of the classroom, Will served as a Green Advisor, was co-president of the Swarthmore Taiwanese Association, and secretary of the Swarthmore Pan-Asian Association. He is also a talented cellist and varsity swimmer. Will, congratulations on winning this year's Lang Award. The McCabe Engineering Award, established by Thomas B. McCabe, class of 1915, is presented each year to the most outstanding engineering student of the graduating class. This year, I have the honor to present the McCabe Engineering Award to two students, Ben Aaron and Zoe Sperduto. Ben, come first. Okay. You know what? Why don't you both come? Okay. All right. Here we go. Ben, this is yours. And Zoe, this is yours. You can both stand there and I'll show you. So Ben is graduating with dual degrees in engineering and mathematics. He was awarded the Morris Monsky Prize in Mathematics, a prize awarded to first-year students who demonstrated outstanding promise and enthusiasm. He has continued to distinguish himself as a scholar and community member. He's interested in sustainability in the built environment and has conducted research at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, Purdue University, and at Swarthmore's Wood Mechanics Lab. Beyond academic excellence, Ben has served in leadership roles for Swarthmore's student chapter of the American Society of Civil Engineers and the Student Advisory Group in Engineering. Ben has also been a student academic mentor, a teaching assistant in the engineering department, and a clinician in the mathematics department. Ben is a National Science Foundation Graduate Research Fellowship awardee, and he will pursue a PhD in civil engineering with a concentration in structural engineering at the University of Delaware. And next, I'll say a few words about Zoe. Zoe Sperduto's early exposure to the intersection between the built environment and society motivated her commitment to integrating civil engineering solutions with the communities they are designed to support. Zoe pursued these interests with a major in engineering alongside minors in mathematics and educational studies. She served in leadership roles with the Student Advisory Group in Engineering and the Society of Women Engineers. As a writing associate and lead fellow, Zoe developed technical writing workshops for first-year engineering students. Zoe presented her research on engineering writing pedagogies at the Mid-Atlantic Writing Centers Association Conference. Zoe has also performed research at Northeastern University and Swarthmore's Wood Mechanics Lab, culminating in a peer-reviewed conference paper. Zoe placed second in the Society of Women Engineers undergraduate research poster competition and was awarded a National Science Foundation Graduate Research Fellowship. This fall, Zoe will begin an SM PhD in civil engineering at MIT. Congratulations to our McCabe Award winners and to all of our special student award recipients. Let's give them all a round of applause. We will now proceed to the awarding of honorary degrees. I invite Jonathan Alger, class of '86, his faculty host, Ben Berger, professor of political science and executive director of the Lang Center for Civic and Social Responsibility, as well as the faculty marshal, Maria Luisa Guardiola, to please approach the podium. So then I go ahead. Jonathan Alger, born and raised outside Rochester, New York, you vowed to one day live and work in Washington, D.C. After graduating with honors from Swarthmore and Harvard Law, you fulfilled that pledge, first at a law firm and not long after, joining the U.S. Department of Education's Office for Civil Rights, an experience you have called transformative. In that role, you spearheaded the development and implementation of national policies on race-conscious financial aid, racial harassment, and free expression that have benefited generations of college students. In the process, you discovered a higher calling in higher education. You have since held significant leadership roles at the University of Michigan, Rutgers, James Madison, and now as the 16th president of American University. If there's a through line, it is your belief that wherever our journeys take us, on campus and beyond, is a work in progress, and that work requires the best of all of us. You continue to evolve to meet the needs of your students and the demands of a changing world. Now, upon the recommendation of the faculty, and by the power vested in me by the Board of Managers of Swarthmore College and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I have the honor to bestow upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
Good morning. Let me first thank my presidential colleague Val Smith, the Swarthmore Board of Managers, the faculty, and the selection committee. It's a distinct privilege to share this honor with fellow alumni Judith Sandalo and Talia Young, as well as with Coleman Domingo, to whom I gave an honorary degree just last year at American University. So Coleman, this is a nice tradition. Where can we go next year? I also want to thank my wife, Marianne, who has supported my dreams and is here with us today, my parents and family who encouraged me to follow my dreams to Swarthmore, my college friend, Margaret Huang, who got me re-engaged by doing a SWAT talk with me recently, and my Swarthmore roommate and best man, Alex Gavis, who has always encouraged and inspired me. In my few moments with you today, I want to share a story about a shy and introverted student at Swarthmore many years ago. That student, yes, me, was unsure of his place in the world and struggling with homesickness. I was with several male and female friends having a philosophical discussion in my dorm room one weekend. Sound familiar? When there was an unexpected knock on the door. Upon opening it, I was surprised and puzzled to see my pastor from the tiny First Presbyterian Church of Chi-Lai, New York, on the outskirts of Rochester. Reverend Brynsma surveyed the scene and seemed unsure of what to make of this group in their weekend PJ garb, although I can assure you that nothing untoward was going on. He quickly recovered and told me that he'd accepted a new position at a church in nearby Springfield, Pennsylvania. "Now you'll have a church to attend every Sunday morning," he exclaimed. Before I could respond, he said he would pick me up the following Sunday, since I had no car, and introduce me to the congregation. That first Sunday in church, Reverend Brynsma proudly announced my presence and told everyone that I would need a ride every week to get to church. He also told them that I had sung with his former church choir and should be recruited for the choir in Springfield. Again, before I could respond, a kind couple named George and Jackie, who were members of the choir, raised their hands and volunteered to pick me up each week for choir practice as well as for Sunday morning service. George and Jackie turned out to be angels I had no idea I needed. They took me under their wing and took me to brunch every Sunday. They eventually got me a summer job at the Philadelphia Naval Yard as well as a place to live. And most of all, they essentially adopted me as a member of their family and established a vital link to the local community that greatly enriched my college experience. Their example taught me how simple acts of kindness and hospitality can make a big impact on someone's life. Doors have continued to open in my life in unexpected ways, usually because someone I didn't know extended grace and took a chance on me. As a young lawyer, I knocked on the door of the U.S. Department of Education's Office for Civil Rights after falling asleep in the library while working late nights at a big private law firm, and awakening to see an ad in a publication about public interest jobs. While at the department, Jeanette Lim, a trailblazing Asian American attorney and leader, saw something in me and became a mentor who inspired me to spend my career in higher education. Our backgrounds are nothing alike, but we found we had many common interests. Jeanette showed me the importance of opening doors for people who don't necessarily look like you or have the same gender, ethnicity, or life experience. This was a revelation for a young man from Chi-Lai, New York, where we thought we had a lot of diversity because we had both Catholics and Protestants. Over the years, I've taken that lesson to heart by serving as a mentor for many women and people of color through programs for aspiring leaders in higher education administration. Many years later, I knocked on the door at James Madison University, where a bold search committee made the non-obvious choice of selecting a lawyer to be their president after several search consultants had told me that I could not be a college president given my career pathway. I learned from that experience that you should never let other people define or limit your capabilities or your dreams. I'll never forget that knock on my dorm room door at Swarthmore, and I ask you today to think about the doors you've encountered in your life. For me, my parents and teachers opened doors to get me to Swarthmore. My wife, daughter, and brand new son-in-law have opened doors to blessings I never expected. My friends have opened doors to new ways of thinking and seeing the world. And many other mentors and colleagues opened doors for me to get to where I am today. So, ask yourself, who opened doors for you to get to this moment today? On what doors will you choose to knock in the future? For whom can you open doors, and to what end? These are questions that go to the essence of our humanity, and I hope you'll keep knocking on and opening doors for the rest of your lives. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2026.
I now invite Coleman Domingo, his faculty host, Isaiah Wooden, Associate Professor of Theater, as well as Maria Luisa Guardiola, to please approach the podium. Coleman Domingo, though now based in Los Angeles, you are still connected to your roots in West Philly, just a short ride from here. At Temple University, you majored in journalism before a theater class inspired you to change direction and pursue a life on stage and screen. Your success as an actor, playwright, and director didn't come overnight, but it is undeniable. From celebrated performances in Passing Strange and the Scottsboro Boys, to featured roles in Euphoria, The Color Purple, and Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and more recently, your back-to-back Oscar-nominated star turns in Rustin and Sing Sing. In all of your work, you have infused your characters with intelligence, fierceness, and an energy that can be as quiet or as kinetic as necessary. And you are not done yet. Coleman, you have shown us that the path forward is often unpredictable, but when traveled with patience, purpose, grace, and in style, it can lead to extraordinary places. So now, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the power vested in me by the Board of Managers of Swarthmore College and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I have the honor to bestow upon you the degree of Doctor of Arts.
You did it. You did it. Thank you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Swarthmore. I played a character named Bayard Rustin. And Bayard Rustin had a really wonderful quote, because I see so many of you here today, and I want to say it again. I'm going to look you in the eyes. If she will look me in the eye. If she will look me in the eye. If she will look me in the eye. Bayard Rustin said, we need in every community a group of angelic troublemakers. And Bayard Rustin's spirit is here today, and I want to say you're going to walk out of here and use that voice to change. You're going to use this community to make this world a better place. Listen, we are living in hard times, crazy times, wild times. But when I tell you, sitting here today, I feel so hopeful. You are the change that we need to stand up always and use your voices, to be in community with each other. But also I want to remind you, you must do it with love. You must do it with grace. You must do it with rigor. You must do it with passion. You must do it. Yes, use that rage, use that spirit, use it to make this world the way you want it to be. I want to inspire you to say yes to each other. Can I get a yes? Can I get a yes? All right, now to my prepared words. My brothers and sisters, to the graduating class of Swarthmore College, class of 2026, there is a particular kind of courage it takes to become yourself in a world that is constantly trying to hand you a script. And I believe many of you arrived here carrying expectations that were stitched together by family, history, survival, ambition, fear, and hope. Some of you came here certain of who you were. Some of you arrived beautifully, unfinished. All of you are leaving changed. Now that is the point. You did not come to college merely to collect facts and frame a diploma. You came here to sharpen your humanity. Am I right? You came here to sit in discomfort, to question what power means, to ask who gets heard and who gets erased, to fall in love with ideas and perhaps with each other, to discover that brilliance without compassion is simply hollow. And now the world waits for you out there, all right? It's not a perfect world, not an easy one. It's a fractured one, a loud one, a world aching for people who can think deeply and still remain tender. People who can hold complexity without surrendering their joy. People who understand that kindness is not a weakness and integrity is not naivete. Fellow class, do not shrink yourselves to fit into rooms that have not yet learned your language. Some of you will become artists, some teachers, scientists, organizers, parents, diplomats, storytellers, builders. Some of you will hold jobs that do not exist yet. Some of you will reinvent yourselves many times over. Give yourselves permission to evolve. There's no prize for arriving early at a life that does not belong to you. And my friends, when the world grows cold, because sometimes it will, remain astonished by beauty anyway. I hope that you will dance at weddings and you call your friends back. I hope that you'll read poetry in trains. I want you to tell the truth even when your voice shakes. Wear the beautiful outfit on an ordinary Tuesday because you feel the need to just put that on. I want you to protect your inner child like they survived something sacred, because they did. You come from a long line of people who dreamed forward on your behalf. Some had degrees, some did not. Some crossed oceans, some crossed neighborhoods. Some simply endured long enough for you to sit right there. Now in your cap and gown, beneath this impossible sky. Honor them not by living safely. Honor by living fully. Class of 2026, your life is not a performance for approval. It is an offering, a song only you can sing. So my hope for you today is to go forward with rigor, go forward with style, go forward with conviction, and above all, go forward with love so immense that people feel more alive simply because you entered the room. I wish you love, I wish you light, I wish you joy, and I wish you so much peace. Please do me a favor. I want you to stand up and thank everybody who got you here. Stand up! I'm so proud to be a part of you, Swarthmore College. Thank you so very much. This means the world to me. Thank you. Thank you, Valerie, and thank you to the Board of Managers, and thank you so much to the faculty and students.
I now invite Judith Sandalo, class of '84, her faculty host, Emily Patton Rhodes, Associate Professor of Political Science, and Maria Luisa Guardiola to please approach the podium. As a young court-appointed public defender working with teenagers in Washington, D.C., Judith, you got to know your clients as children, not just as defendants, and every day saw the impact that poverty had on their lives. When you were recruited to lead the Children's Law Center there, you had a strong reputation as a trial lawyer, but no previous experience with fundraising, organizational leadership, or recruiting and managing pro bono attorneys. But given your passion to help the community of which you, as a foster and adoptive parent yourself, were a part, you learned. At the time, the CLC had 3 staff members. Today, after more than 25 years under your leadership, and now with more than 100 attorneys and professional staff, the CLC expands access to justice for thousands of the district's most vulnerable children and families each year. Because, as you have said, the fight for equal justice is first a fight for access to justice. Judith Sandalo, with tenacity, empathy, and consistently high standards, you have devoted your career in public service to, as you counsel others, seizing the power you have and working for change. Now, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the power vested in me by the Board of Managers of Swarthmore College and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I have the honor to bestow upon you the degree of Doctor of Laws.
I took a lot of hard classes at Swarthmore, and I've done a lot of really hard things in my life, but following Coleman Domingo on this stage may be the very hardest. Thank you to the faculty and administration for this honor and for recognizing that the hard and unglamorous work of social justice is worthy of an honorary degree. But graduates and family, thank you also for letting me join your celebration. I asked a few college students what they would like to hear from someone like me, and they said I should be authentic, funny, hopeful, and brief. If you know me, you know I can't be both authentic and funny, so I have chosen to be authentic. I promise I can be both hopeful and brief. Graduates, there are so many ways that you are light years ahead of where I was when I sat in your seat. I suspect, for example, that you understand privilege, bias, and inequity in a way that I only began to understand after college. I went to college at a time when we didn't even have phones in our rooms, let alone computers. We didn't have those either, AI or smartphones. But it wasn't all bad. Back then, we still had very progressive income and corporate tax rates, and wealthy people and corporations paid more of their share of taxes. Yeah. The top tax rate back then was almost twice what it is today. Our government policies since then have made life much easier for the rich, but they've made it incredibly hard for people living in poverty. The wages of low-income Americans haven't come close to keeping pace with rising costs, and here's just one example. When I started college, someone making the federal minimum wage spent half of their salary on the average rent. Today, that same person would have to work 3 full-time jobs to pay half of their salary in rent. Okay, so I promise this isn't an economics lecture, I promise. But thinking about how the world was then and how it is now, it's a really good reminder that the world looks the way it is today because of choice. It's a choice. And the extreme income and opportunity gap in this country is a result of conscious decisions that have been made over the past 50 years. But because it is a choice, you, graduates, can choose to change it. As you venture out into the world, I hope you will choose to fix some of the problems that plague our country, and that my reflections today are valuable as you begin to navigate the first few years. My first piece of advice is this: don't feel the need to rush into any kind of career or graduate school. Give yourself time, and I actually mean that literally. As you know too well, this is a difficult moment to try and start a career. I know you have to pay your bills, but there's no rush to make a life plan when you are still in your early 20s. My second piece of advice is this. Please continue to learn by asking questions. Be curious first about yourself. What facts do you accept, and what assertions do you question? Be curious also about others. What makes it possible for them to hold a view so very different from your own? How has their life, their family, their community been different from yours? But also be curious about systems and structures. There's a saying that it doesn't help to teach a person to swim if they're in the middle of a stormy sea. First, you have to calm the waves. For the children and families that I work with, the stormy sea includes poverty, racism, and intergenerational trauma. In my community, and then in the neighborhoods near Swarthmore, there are thousands of children who will have their lives shortened by poverty and racism. Across the country, tens of thousands will die sooner because of our country's policies on food, guns, and health care. It doesn't have to be that way. Hundreds of thousands have already died because of our foreign policy, from our support of foreign violence to our withdrawal of health aid. You don't have to accept this. The times we are in are unusual. They are not going to last. But how we emerge in the future is really up to those of you who are graduating today. My first piece of wisdom is to continue to ask yourself questions. Ask about yourself, about others, and about the structures and systems that you encounter. But my other piece of advice may seem at odds with the humility that questioning requires. You are in a better position today to fight for change, to insist on change, and to build a new world than you will be at any other time in your life. But to do that, you need to have some confidence in your beliefs, and it's a certainty which can compete with being curious. It's a willingness to not let perfect be the enemy of the good. I hope you recognize the power of being someone just out of college, of not yet having become part of the system, and with no need to defend the status quo. You are at the dawn of your adult lives. You have the power of a Swarthmore degree, and you have the tools and time to both think and act. Now, a group of alumni and students asked me to address conflict that's happening today at Swarthmore. I am not currently a part of your community, and I think it would be hubris for me to interject myself into that. But I had already planned to talk about balancing action and inquiry, and I do believe that that is relevant to these concerns. We live in a world full of injustice. It is impossible to be a consumer in our society without contributing to our inequitable economy. So which of the many injustices in the world will you fight for, but which will you quietly benefit from? Because you will. And isn't that a question for everyone here? My Swarthmore education helped me to identify that learning comes from asking questions, but also that change requires action. Since I graduated more than 40 years ago, I have spent a lifetime trying to figure out when to pause and ask questions and when to charge forward. I hope you too will spend your life struggling with this, but I am confident that if you choose to do so, you will succeed in making a difference. And to me, that is hopeful. Congratulations, and please take the day to enjoy the fruits of your labors.
I now invite Talia Young from the class of 2001, her faculty host, Jennifer Peck, Associate Professor of Economics and Program Coordinator of Environmental Studies, and Maria Luisa Guardiola to please approach the podium. Talia, you grew up in New York City, a first-generation Chinese American. After Swarthmore, you learned at a high school in South Philly that teaching science could be magical. It could also wear you out, so you pivoted, perhaps in true Swati fashion, to a PhD program in ecology. Fast forward, your goal in life was never to sell fish. And yet, by brilliantly combining your biology background, passion for working with diverse communities, and commitment to sustainability, you created Fishadelphia, a local, innovative, community-supported fishery program. In the process, you connected fishing communities along the Jersey Shore with inland consumers and found joy in working with young people on real-world projects. Using fish as a vehicle for justice, you also found that creating community comes not from focusing on programs, but on relationships, because that's where change can really happen. Talia Young, you have spent your professional life occupying a space that encompasses the environment, science, and social justice, and creating powerful communities along the way. Now, upon the recommendation of the faculty, and by the power vested in me by the Board of Managers of Swarthmore College and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I have the honor to bestow upon you the degree of Doctor of Sciences.
Hi, I have a prop and it might fall apart, so please be prepared. All right, so here we are. This is a horseshoe crab. This is a horseshoe crab shell. It's not a live one. And right now, as we speak, 60 miles, think east of here, from where we sit among these trees, thousands of these horseshoe crabs are piling their awkward bodies on the beaches of the Delaware Bay for their annual reproductive ritual. A single female will climb up on the beach and release thousands upon thousands of eggs, small green eggs, and then the males will come and fertilize them. If you go, you can see that the sand will be streaked with eggs, and as the waves rise up, you can see the eggs in the water. It's like chia seeds in a giant ocean pudding. And so there's a lot more to say about all of this, and I'm not going to talk that much about it, but just a little bit. So the red knot, which is a shorebird that has one of the longest migrations in the animal world from the tip of South America all the way to the Arctic, makes a critical stop in Delaware Bay to feed on horseshoe crabs every spring. This web of relationships is affected by climate change, which is affecting everybody's schedules, and also by the harvest of horseshoe crabs for both bait and biomedical purposes. But today, I've been thinking more about the crabs and also about us. I think it's easy to get caught up in the perfect, especially for Swatis. And the horseshoe crabs help me remember that none of us are perfect beings. If they're very lucky, maybe 10 in 100,000 of those eggs will survive to adulthood. That's a lot of not perfect. So Judith, you prefaced my phrase, don't let perfect be the enemy of good. And one thing I wish I had better understood when I graduated from Swarthmore 25 years ago was that none of us are perfect, especially me. With the best of intentions, I have caused problems, hurt people, and made decisions that I regret. And I wish that I had started practicing how to handle my own mistakes earlier, how to acknowledge, how to apologize, how to make changes for the better without getting derailed by shame. We're never going to be perfect, but I do believe that we can get better at being imperfect. And it's not just about our own imperfections, but also those around us. I thought long and hard about accepting this honor, and a great honor it surely is to get to celebrate you and your families alongside these incredibly accomplished individuals. But Swarthmore is a complicated place. It has always been, and especially now. and it has changed in some ways since I was here. This was a place where I was taught and encouraged to criticize constructively, dissent thoughtfully and strategically, inside and out of the classroom, and I was supported to do that safely. And that training and those experiences are part of what has made my later work possible. And I ultimately decided to be here today because I didn't want to let the imperfect obscure the good. And there is so much good, so much light to hold up. Everything you've learned about the world and yourselves, the work you've created, the magical relationships you have forged with your peers and mentors here, which I hope will nourish you for the rest of your lives as they have for me. And the potential of what you all and this place can be in the future. And because, let's be frank, this is neither the first nor the last imperfect institution of our lives. And in fact, like me, you may find yourself at the helm of an imperfect institution sooner than you expected. We have to do our best. We have to help others do theirs, and we forgive what we can and keep moving forward with grace and intention, because there is too much work to do right now to get stuck. Horseshoe crabs don't get stymied by missing perfection. They've been at this for millions of years, and I am not exaggerating. These crabs first appeared in the fossil record 250 million years ago, long before the North American continent emerged, much less the coastline that we know. And they're still at it today in this spring of 2026 as you walk across this stage. I hope that your good and imperfect selves leave this good and imperfect institution, and as you do, that you can carry the enduring persistence and awkward grace of the horseshoe crabs with you into your good and imperfect futures. Thank you so much.
I need to acknowledge one more retiring staff member, someone who is instrumental in making this event and so many others on campus so special. Jim Murphy, director. Jim, where are you? Over there, okay. Jim Murphy is director of the Lang Performing Arts Center. For Murph, as he's affectionately known on campus, this commencement, his 32nd, will be his last as a Swarthmore staff member. Murph, thank you so much for all you've done for Swarthmore and its community over your decades of service. And now I'd like to invite Eric Jensen, the Walter Kemp Professor in the Natural Sciences and Dean of Academic Success, to the microphone.
Would the class of 2026 please stand? President Smith, I have the great pleasure to present to you the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science.
Thank you. Members of the class of 2026, by the power vested in me by the Board of Managers at Swarthmore College and by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon each of you the degree that you have earned as approved by the faculty of Swarthmore College, and I admit you to all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
Graduates, please be seated until your name is called. We will start with the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Lima. Mariam Rida. Sion Dawid Abera. Mason Smallwood Adams. Sarah Adebi. Herman Quay Agoyo III. Rahad Palestine Hurra Ahmad. Noor Nahid Emud. Furkan Hassan. Imani Allah. Lucas Harry Aland. Clay Robert Angren. L. Abigail Anthony. Naomi Abte Argao. Osomiriame Eyare Ateka. Alex Moss Avanesian. Soyun Alicia Bay. Adrian Balta Ferguson. Taya Bannock. Nicole Jeptu Baramasai. Iris Marie Baroni. Catherine Ray Barron. Dorothy Lane Barron. Dahlia Simone Bedward. Samira Begum. Shamsa Belgrave. Mila Ben Ezra. Berenice Benitez Carlos. Avi Altai Berman. Atre Bidkar. Robert Maxwell Bonner. Jaden Maurice Booker. Brooke Janine Bothner. Wyatt Graham Bannon. Hannah Christine Breithaupt. Nana K. Brabi. Eric Stephen Bromberg. Devin Jackson Berger. Sophia Louise Caceres. Nathan Ing Campbell. Luca Matias Campiani. Bernadette Teresa Carney. Aiden Isaiah Carroll. Adriana Esperanza Araceli Cavazos. Sammy Christy Chai. Christopher M. Chen. Grace Rong Chen. Ava Chon. Allison Chong. Mayadagarov Chulundor. Olivia Rose Cloutier. Anaya Coleman. Maeve Bridget Collins Deutschede. Cassandra Rose Conklin. Sarah Rita Cooper. Veronica de Moya. Sorry, Veronica Correa de Moya. Natalie Suzette Cortez. Ariana Zoe Cojutas Duarte. Mia Gloria Cox. Darby Rose Cregan. Alexander McMillan Kroom. Jonathan Michael Cubis. Elizabeth May McMillan Culp. Fanuel Dejene Dana. Abi Das. Noble Parker Winston DeMarco. Oishi DeBroy. Izana Brooks Dereche Demase. Zhen Ning Deng. Michiana Faith Disarms. Mzadi Eliza Diaz. Philip Juan T. Din. Joey Rose Driscoll. Emma Provey Duffield. Jameel Duncan. Charlotte Ann Starling Dutcher. Hope Dworkin. Gabriel Matthews Elliott. Zaya Danielle Espinosa. Carla Liseth Cecilia Estrada Garcia. Casey Quinn Ewing. Damilare Joseph Iulowope. Mayon Reina Falk Judson. Noah Chang Fang. Andres Fente. Niall Quinn Ferris Wayne. Elisa Padihag Fiore. Francis Dare Fitzpatrick. Eloise France. Grace Elizabeth Fruoff. Kaya Elena Fruckman. Kisanet Gabraselasi. Jacqueline Odalis Garcia. Monique Naomi Garcia Valdez. Tate Mari Soleil Garcia. Jamali Garcia Espinal. Hannah Elizabeth Guru. Lauren G1 Gill. Simone Lorato Gingerich Boberg. Sho Glasshauser. Ava Margaret Goldie. Elga Margarita Miranda Gonçalves. Michaela Elise Gonzalez. Tara Jing Gopinath. Benjamin Mindell Gottlieb. Charlie Graboy. Taylor Elizabeth Gray. Benton Bradley Greenberg. Georgiana Ajachuku Green. Olivia Margaret Jaomi Greer. Danica Christine Grieser. Christopher Yahir Guerrero Beltran. Abigail Rockwell Guys. Vivian Guo. Lina Alem Habtu. Wyana J. Hale. Catherine Hallmark. Montana Rose Hamill. Sabrina Claire Hanning. Callahan Daniel Hansen. Anna Elian Hansen. Mako Porter Houses. Elizabeth Rachel Hartnett. Jackson James Haynes. Angelina Christina Hemingway. Jacob Dana Herbold. Melody Esther Herrera Garcia. Emma Leone Hickey. Kaito Nogami Hikino. Gabriel Antang Hines. Justin Shamaya Han. Reza Mansfield Homayunfar. Xiao Sherry Hong. Carlucho Antonio Horton Alonso. Lucia Huang. Foster David Hudson. Gabrielle King Hughes. Leah May Emanuel. Shintaro Anaba. Happy Hadya Ingabire. Kayla Shannon Jack. Raf Jaman. Jamara Faith Jean. Nico Johnson. Olivia Aaron Johnston. Anya Smock Jolin. Stephen Raymond Jungers. Sajid Kamal. Chloe Yukimi Kanemaru. Ryuna Khan. Prerna Karmacharya. Eman Ali Kasuri. Reishiro Kawakami. Julian Marcus Hastings Kemp. Toshiro Chen Kenny. Catherine Manning Kerman. Ava Amy Kermagurant. Caleb Howie Kim. Farah Townsend Klusowitz. Maxwell Berenui Kumbong. Lemuel Elisha Loiseau. Corinne Lafont. Max Lara. Nora Jane Larson. Shiva Lachman Singh. Michelle Lee. Clara Lim Lee. Caitlin Angel Lee. William Insuk Lee. Brooke Elizabeth Leibowitz. Leon Robert Laveau. Isaac Harper Levenstein. Maya Faye Levine. Lillian Sophia Lewis. Harrison Yong Lee. Shangzi Frankie Lee. Ethan Chen Leong. Henry Lin. Dylan Yian Ling. Audrey Elise Littman. Gaocheng Liu. Sharon Liu. Yang Liu. Joel E. Lavelle. Chu Liu. Michael Liu. Alvin Lugo Jr. Rex Edward Mabs. Shaylee Patricia Mayton. Mahmoud Simba Abdulmajid Jamshid Maksud. Julia Nadine Mammon. Nicholas Christos Manganiotis. Macy Michelle Mangini. Adrian Nicolo Marcelli. Gabriella Elizabeth Marchesi. Samuel Andrew Marco. Marlia Tong Martins. Greta Nicole Matis. Kuzi Vakwashe Robert Mavera Jr. Emily Ann McClung. Avery Christian McClure. Morgan Elise Mackerleen. Kevin Medina. Maria Celeste Mendoza Salas. Lisa Anastasia Messier. Amane Miura. Brenda Mondragon. Zinzi Jean Pauline Montgomery. Griffin Henry Moore. Allison Katrina Morales. Samuel Cole Moreland. Amanda Harleston Morris. Ariana Liseth Mosquera. Sidra Mohammadi. Hans Tuti Daniel Stephen Mukum Tembele. Eva R. Murillo. Noah Ayobami Murray. Nathan Kume Murungi. Sylvia R. Myers. Ilan Maurici Nadelman. Kana Nagata. Edna Napoli. Gabrielle Avadni Nash. Eve Marie Nikes. Zoe Golden Neeson. Stephen Nelson. Henry David Wynn. Kayla Ella Nicholas. Star New. Fervelin Nunez. Lucas A. Oberdiek. Carolyn Obispo. Opayemi Ogundela. Daniel Oludamilare Ogunwale. Nolan Frank Orman. Meena Owishi Patel. Diana Jimena Olmos Mora. Babatunde Mbotidem Olofin Boba. Mojisolua Catherine Oludare. Udoche Onuebu. Ty Allen Simon Orsag. Yana Alexandra Utkin. Amish Pal. Sam E. Palmer. Ashish Panta. Edmund Dean Paquette. Tabitha Rose Parker Tice. Sawyer Northup Paul. Frank D. Paz. Kieran Emmanuel Pereira. Sofia Gabriela Perez Barrios. Ella Olivia Pere. Natalie Nook Pham. Yamin Chi Fu. Jennifer Placido Rosas.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it.
Noah Maddox Potholm. Ryan Craig Pretzer. Naila Manoj Punjabi. Chin Jiu. Rithika Lakshmi Rajamani. Kennedy Morgan Randall. Ria Musti Rao. Jay Shakar Rapaka. Ethan Clarence Rappaport. Carly Teresa Riley. Raven Richardson. Guillaume Robert. Marco Colin Roberts. Lauren Marie Robson. Sally Catherine Rogers. Natalie Giselle Rosa. Matthew Kaiden Rosenbaum. Vio Rowe. Aiden Joaquin Rubio. Anthony Jose Rumbos Perez. Kara Ruth Ryder. Max Akira Saito Rosenberg. Yuta Sato. Mayana Maria Sattler. Grady McLean Savage. Doris V. Serrano. Mahika J. Shergill. Shi Wenyuan. Kathleen R. Schiffer. Advik Narain Shukla. Sander Hayes Simon. Anhud Singh. Jeho So. Emma Andreina Solorzano Quintero. Isabella Rose Spacerla. Sophia Caroline Springer. Julia Stern. Maxwell Stoyer. Annabelle Malie Stifler. Eleanor Chang Streeper. Kylan Danielle Stubblefield. Jonathan Youngchan Suh. Aiden John Sullivan. Handuo Swen. Lalita Ditya Suresh Kumar. Hannah Rose Swale. Motashin Talukder. Ainsley Jane Tambling. Fernando Samuel Tampubolon. Julie Tan. Anya Jasmine Tang. Sitang Tay. Xavier Michael Taylor. Rishi Sakamoto Tella. Elizabeth Nalepulama Shushin Ting. Jaron Marquez Tinsley. Angelina Catherine Chia. Lucy Modrak Tobier. Hao Phi Tran. Leela Ghosh Travers. William Chung Trone. Andrew Roy Tyson. Madison Sade Wagner. Catherine Riley Vallejo. Jocelyn Michelle Vasquez Tax. Dean Martin Sim Velasco. Finn Johan Griswold Verdonk. Zachariah John Villanilum. Clara Jimena Villalba. Caroline Sky Voss. Alina Vic Luke. Duncan Colton Hoffman Wall. Hao Yu Wong. James Hao Ray Wong. Jason Wang. Kristen Joy Wang. Madeline Lai Wong. Kayla Graham Watts. Chelsea Nicole Weisenfeld. Aviva Ruth Weiser. Laura Lise Wenzel. Rose Sarah West. Quinn Kennedy Wygant. Oceana Ella White. Cami Y. Wilson. Chengyan Billy Wu. Shutong Wu. Alina Wu. Daniel Tianli Wu. Yi Wu. Alex Nicholas Wooding. Alex Zinn. Eric Ruyi Shing. Jenny Yang. Zuya Carolyn Yao. Felicia Yi. Zhuwa Yo. Eli Dodson Young. Yana Yuen. Aslı Yüksel. Gianluigi Zaninelli. Melanie Hopfield Zell. Dylan Bojan Zhang. Hannah Zhang. Uchin Zhang. Lundi Zhang. Neil Yitao Zhu. Nicholas Emil Zook. Congratulations to the Bachelor of Arts graduates. Now we move on to the degree of Bachelor of Science. Yeah, Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science, sorry. Ben Nolan Irving Aaron. Madeline Jeanette Adams Miller. Andrew Arjun Amarchetti Narayan. Aurelian Cyril Coretta. Emily Chen. Aubrey J. Doherty. Erin Kim Dubois. Lisa Teresa Farley. Nicholas James Fettig. Miles Stewart Fleischer. Owen Matthias Hoffman. J. Emerson Krasuski. Amelia Elizabeth Landry. Luke Russell Magnuson. Ryder Morangi Maston. Ngemi Darling Micah. Jack Henry Nicholson. James Philip Picard. Jennifer Salguero. Jesus Adrian Saucedo Bucio. Callie Jane Stoltz. Jeffrey Emmanuel Torres Lopez. Howard Wong. Theodore Abraham Yoakum. Congratulations to the dual degree Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science graduates. And now the degree of Bachelor of Science. Jeremy Quejo Amankwa. Joseph Muehlberg, Austrian. Kumaro Boruet Arapiwa. Eric Tiare Chen. Sarah Hannah Cooperman. Aiden Conrad Corpus. Jude Francis Elliott. Vanch Gard. Jude Owen Himmons. Tanvir Islam. Sabina Saya Karabin. Brandon Gary Antonio Knights. Mi Me. Jalen May Miller. Olivia Montini. Ka Kane Mu. Madeline Eleanor Kruver Mountcastle. Banji Harold Onuma. Abigail Rose Peters. Samuel Eric Peterson. Elijah Clarence Tabat Santos. Matthew Tom Shiley. Zoe Ann Ania Sperduto. Prashan Tapamagar. Alexander Benjamin Vasquez Jaffe. Jillian Will. Alvin Zhang. Congratulations to the recipients of the Bachelor of Science degree.
Okay. Thank you, Dean Jensen. And now, class of 2026, please rise, turn your tassels from the right to the left side, signaling your transition from students to graduates. Congratulations to the class of 2026. So I'd like to ask, I'm going to ask family and friends to please stand as you are able and remain in place while the graduates recess out. Please join us for dessert at the tent up at the top of the hill. For all of you, be well, be healthy, and know that Swarthmore is now and will forever be yours. Thank you very much.